welcome back to Cindy's Library using my new computer. Yay! But today I want to talk about what I am planning on reading in November. Now, first of all, there are at least 2 items from Boktober I am not expecting to finish in October, and so I'll probably carry them on to November, if not longer. David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. A story of a boy growing up into a young man. No, I haven't gotten very far in it at all. So I will probably work on this in November, unless I get distracted by the Pickwick Papers. Katie from Books and Things has invited people to join her on some Dickens reading starting at the very beginning, and so I might replace that with that. The other thing is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. Now I've made it a bit further in this, but I still have a long way to go. So I'll be working on that in November. For something not Boktober related, I start at the very beginning again of The Child Prince by Honor Raconteur. This is book 1 of the Artifactor series. So, Savannah is a prodigy artifactor. Her magic's actually quite low, but she is brilliant. She understands how things work. And so she kind of gets talked into rescuing the Prince of the Kingdom. Why does he need rescuing? Well, 10 years earlier he got hit with a curse. He was, I think, 11 at the time, something like that. The spell turned him to 8 years old before it was successfully stopped. Would have killed him if it had not been successfully stopped, but he's been trapped in the body of an 8-year-old ever since. And as such, he has basically been a prisoner in a couple rooms in the castle, thanks to the council. His father hardly even noticed that anything had happened to him. So the castle's getting worse and worse. Savannah's friends talk her into quote unquote kidnapping the prince to rescue him. Start training him fully to be a king. There's a lot he's missed. The one thing he has had access to is books, but beyond that, very low experience level. So need to work on tons of things for him to actually be able to rule, and she still has to figure out how to undo the curse that is on him. So there is that. So that series I will be slowly going through as I need something to read that is lighter, because Savannah is a very fun and grumpy character. It's also going to be Nonfiction November, so I want to read The Medieval Mind of C.S. Lewis by Jason M. Baxter. This I'm really looking forward to. I've already read The Discarded Image, which is basically a book in which C.S. Lewis wrote up some of his lecture notes on the medieval world, but this will be a great addition to that. Then, The Completion of C.S. Lewis From War to Joy, 1945 to 1963 by Lee Poe. So looking forward to this. These are some of the most important of C.S. Lewis's years. Not that the others weren't, but probably not going to be finished in November. But for our book group, we are doing Dracula by Bram Stoker. Read this once before, quite enjoyed it, and I'm excited to try it again. What's especially interesting is, yes, Dracula is a vampire, and there's lots of traditional things about that, like sunlight and mirrors and things like that, but it's also not necessarily what you might think. So I'll be starting that in November. And here are these three back from before Victober. Uh, Emma just started a little bit. Island Magic. I have 4 chapters left out of 9, I believe, and by Elizabeth Googe, and then 5 Red Herrings, which I've made a start in, but we've got a lot of ways to go with this. Dorothy Sayers, another Lord Peter Wimsey mystery. So probably won't get to every single thing here, and some of these may very well go longer than November, but that's okay. These are my pile of possibilities, and I'm excited to see what possibilities there are in November. And if I happen to throw in another nonfiction book, since it's nonfiction November, there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, so great to be fully back. So excited for November. Hope things have been going well for you. I'd love to hear about your November plans. So until next time, I hope we all stay safe and healthy. And as always, happy reading.